At this point, I wanted to really try to address the parents. Now, marriage and money is about better conversations, better planning, and better decisions. But to be clear, this is a gift, or this is developed as a gift for the couples that are getting married. Now, let's assume that the average couple is probably in their, at the beginning, late 20s, but most couples at least I run into are starting to form their partnership in their 30s. So it's a different conversation maybe than the generation before. And when I talk to parents, I think there's some misunderstandings of obviously what the program is about, but let me just give you some ammo to help you understand why this could be, and I hope this isn't hyperbole, this could be the best wedding gift you could give your child. If you think about going back to when you started your partnership, there's probably that relative, that uncle, that aunt, that older brother or sister who's gone through that first year of marriage. And just think about the first year of your marriage. How was that? Now, I think a lot of people who are married will start to kind of give a little smirk or a smile. It is probably one of the most difficult transitions we have in our lives. And that's because there's so much that you think you know as a single person, but then as you make a movement to a partnership, there's so much they don't tell you what's behind the curtain. And that's kind of the whole purpose of this program. There are a lot of concepts that are applicable now, but let's be honest, there's a lot of things we're building a foundation so they can apply it later. So if you think about all the things that we try to kind of instill into our children, there are some things that may be delivered better by someone else. And that's a case of, even in my children, I try to tell them, hey, there's some things that you want to do, and sometimes they listen to me, and sometimes they listen to their mother, sometimes they listen to their older cousin. But the key is we want to vary up the delivery. If you think about this course, I think one of the things I want to make it very clear, this is not about debt management, and this is not about people who are in financial trouble. It's actually more of the opposite. It's for people who already have been in the workforce for 5, 10, even 15 years. They have stuff. They have a job. A lot of your children are very successful. They have a retirement account that started. They have their brokerage account. Some of them have a real estate, they have their benefits, but what's most important is they have their money values. And that is something that if you just take a step back, if we kind of move away from the whole conversation of budgets, there is a connection between what you value and to complete your goal to move to how you make your buying, investing, and saving decisions. And the whole purpose of this program is to really link those things together. It's very difficult to have a conversation on budgets if you don't recognize what the values are. And the source of conflict, and we see the statistics, money conversation is the #1 source of stress for adults and couples, is that if you don't understand the other person's value system, then it's hard to have those conversations. So if you think about some of the conversations that we have at the beginning, we'd love to set the foundation. So if we're having the same conversation or having those same issues or that come up 5 years and 10 years later, we have a resource to address them. Now, again, we'd love to have this as a wedding gift. This is be perfect for a wedding gift. And you're thinking, well, I'm not sure they would use it. And I'll give you 3 reasons. The first is that typically in wedding etiquette, you have a gift that comes your way, and there's typically a thank you card, right, that is sent back out. When they fill out their thank you card, there's a very high likelihood that instead of the Cuisinart, what have you, they're actually going to think about, we should actually delve into this video course. And again, these are broken up in different smaller video segments that are digestible, so they don't have to watch it like a movie and all at once and all the activities. This can be broken out and spread over a period of time. But I think that the thank you aspect is important. The second thing is, you're going to see your children. You're going to communicate with your children. And maybe this is not true of everybody, but when you see somebody and they gifted you something, it's a reminder. Oh yeah, that's right. You did get, and you don't have to even remind them, hey, did you start that marriage and money course? When you talk to them, there'll be a reminder embedded in there, okay? And then the third thing I think is, again, back to the first year of their partnership, even if everybody feels that they're kind of on board, they're ready to go, they're well equipped with all they need to kind of move forward with conversations, planning, and decisions, that first year something's going to come up, right? That first year, inevitably, there will be conflicts. There will be things that they did not anticipate. And now you have it sitting there ready for them to start to build. Now, ideally, it'd be great if they would, start this course, before the marriage, but I'm being realistic. Many, it's not a top priority. So I understand that when I present this as a gift, I think it's presented a little differently. It's a value to the couple, but let's be honest. A lot of couples in that year that they're planning their wedding, that engagement, they're not. This money conversation, this money conflicts, or the decisions, it's not a top 5 issue. It's not, and I don't. I'm not actually really I'm not presenting this as it should be, but clearly I want to position this as something that they can go to and feel good that there's some resources along with not just the video, but the references that we use, so they can go back and use other professionals and use other resources to address their challenge. And that's really important. So parents, I really would encourage you to just take a look at the program. And again, our goal is, there's a lot of things you can do as you make that final as a disconnect from the nest. And I know many of them have been out of the house for many, many years. I understand that. But this is the last kind of separation as they move into their partnership. What is the one thing that you can give them that is the last helping hand, the last, helping them through, this transition? We think that this could be one of the better values. Now, I joke about, if you're giving your son or daughter a house, marriage and money may not be the most valuable wedding gift you can give them, right? But I would say, short of that big of a ticket item, we would say that you would be well served to have these concepts and foundations laid in the program, and we really think it's a great opportunity.